Hey guys, this is GamerCow. Welcome back to Pokemon Platinum and Nuzlocke. Last time we basically did Gym 4 and I lost a Pokemon to self-destruct because that's pretty cool. Like, this time we're going to go ahead and do some trainer battles, obviously. We're going to explore the couple of routes that are open to us, or at least this one route here that's open to us now, where we should hopefully be able to get hey, I forgot we got Ampharos as well. Yeah, we should be able to get a new Pokemon here at some point, and hopefully replace the one that we lost with a fly Pokemon, because that would be kind of cool, or another grass type. That would be equally cool. So yeah, that's our general layout as to how stuff is going to go today. In the meantime, we're going to experience Share level Rotom a little bit because Ghost typing is really good. Paras. I do not actually have a thing to deal with Paras just yet. I guess Return is probably as good as it's going to get. I really don't want to switch out if I can avoid it, because I don't want to potentially take, like, I don't remember if this thing has Stun Sport in the moment. I think it does, and I don't know, I just don't really want to take that. And Return can two-shot it, which is nice. Even though my attack stat is really low with this Pokemon, Return is probably still something I should keep in mind for just now. I think I will eventually be replacing Shockwave with Focus Blast, because even though the accuracy is bad, it is very good type coverage. So that's something to look at in the near future, but for just now, I don't really need another fighting type attack. Heracross is perfectly good for that, but I do have the TM to teach later on, so there is that. Yeah, you really didn't do a very good job of spooking me there, because you are kinda silly. Also, I believe this is another entrance to Mount Coronet. No, it's actually not. Oh yeah, there is this place as well. This is also another place you can catch Pokemon. Blah blah blah, Ruin Maniac, you're fascinated by the unknown. So, if I remember rightly, this place oh, that's how you get that item. Yeah, duh. That explains a lot. I forgot completely about that. As you catch more unknown in this game, this guy more different letters and stuff. This tunnel will expand, and you'll be able to go further and further in. If you catch all the different types, then you'll be able to reach the very end of this place, which will have a doorway to the item that we saw on top of the ruins. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Also, we get the TM for Dig here, which is potentially very useful. It's only 80 base power, but then again, that's better than the previous gen, which was 60. Dig has had a very interesting history in this game. Anyhow, you can catch Pokemon here, so it will be this one, Lapras. Okay, that's interesting. It is a water type, so netballs will work very nicely. Yeah, Dig has had a really interesting history in the Pokemon games. In the first generation, it was 100 base power, the same as Earthquake. In the second and third generations, it went down to 60 base power, and that was when Earthquake hit digging Pokemon for double power. In this generation, it went back to 80 base power, and that is where it has stuck ever since. If I'm remembering my my trivia correctly, that is. I'm pretty sure this was the generation it went for that. So, Return not doing a huge amount of damage here is actually really beneficial, because I can weaken this thing fairly well. This has got a lot of good moves, actually. Water Pulse is good, Ice Shard is priority at the very least, which should tailor it to do fairly well, and Body Slam is pretty good too. I only have 2 netballs, but this is also in the cave, so Dusk Balls work just about as well. In fact, I think they work just as well. I forget exactly what the modifier is, but god, that did not do what I thought it would. Okay, I may have to weaken this thing a little bit further. That is the unfortunate truth I am coming across here. I really should buy more Pokeball stuff, because I don't have very many. I thought I had Ultra Balls, but oh, maybe they're on the next page. I bought like 10 Ultra Balls as well, but I guess the Dust Ball is good enough. That is fine. So we have ourselves a Lapras. I don't think I have ever had a competitive Lapras, so I don't actually have an immediate name for this thing. I used to have a Lapras in Generation 1, actually, which was really cool. And I remember using Lapras, I think it was for the... which cup was it? It wasn't the... obviously not Little Cup. Was it the Pika Cup in the Stadium one? Whichever one was the level 15 to 21. I can't remember if that was Pika, because Poke Cup was 15. I can't remember what it was called. Whether that was the 15-20 or whether it was the 25-30 one. The 25-30 one was really weird, but I don't really know what to call this thing, so yeah, I've never actually raised one of these things in recent times, so somebody's gonna have to give me a name for this when this comes out, but for just now, I am going to call it Steve, because I can't think of anything else. Yeah. But this is probably the first time that somebody should definitely give me a nickname for this thing, because I do not have one that's actually any good. Steve is a terrible name for a Lapras, but what can you do? There's also some berries up here, which is pretty good. We get Cherry Berry for paralysis healing. There's Oran Berries in the middle here. I think it's Pomeg Berries on the far right hand side. Citrus Berry, obviously really good as well. We have 2 of those. Be saving those for the Elite Four, I think, if I can help it. Yeah. Oh, it's not Oran, it's Chesto. Okay. I thought it was an Oran Berry for some reason, but I got my berries mixed up. Heck yeah. And it is a Pomeg Berry on this side. This generation, I think, was the first one to introduce a secondary use to these things, where nowadays it's kind of ubiquitous, actually. Gen 6, they're fairly useful. In this game, this and the others like it, the like Kelpsie Berry and Qualart and Tomato, I think it's Greppa and Hondu are the other ones. They make your Pokemon more friendly, but they lower the EVs of the Pokemon. It's not base HP, like base stats are actually something that is referred to differently in the competitive community, and that were base stats refer to the actual thing. I should catch the other Pokemon before going back. Base stats refer to what the Pokemon's inherent abilities are, not what their EV training is. That's different to how Pokemon as a whole. Well, okay, I guess we're gonna get this as our alternative grass type. Damn it! Good job giving us the weakest grass type in the game. Yeah, but as I was saying, the the base stat stuff is a bit different there. But in this game, unlike Gen 6 and Gens 4 and 5, the berries will reduce your EVs down to 100 from anywhere above 100, and then they will reduce by 10 each time. Nowadays they reduce by 10 each time, and that is all they do. So slight differences. You know what, I think I'm just gonna go for the Ultra Ball here. If I do have one, you've got to be like without using. It's a bit more complicated to go through the menus in this game as well, I wanted to say. Without using the touchscreen, you can't just go left and right on your thing. I'm pretty sure in X and Y you can just go left and right through your stuff, so kind of more annoying that way, but what are you gonna do? That's kind of how things go. But yeah, you only have to use 11 berries to go from max EVs to 0 EVs in this game. In the modern games, you kind of have to use more. I have no real name for this thing either, so I'm just going to name it Kara because that's the first female-sounding name I can think of. I don't know. This is an odd time for me. Let's try and get this without. Yep. Get ourselves some master power without colliding in the fight here. We'll do that later. Whenever I see trainers turn around and stuff, I'm never quite sure if they're spinners or not. I want to go ahead and check out the Pokemon that we got here because I need to heal as well as my Controller does its thing, and then I'm kind of considering going down to the Pokemon Mansion, but I think it's probably better for consistency's sake if I just do this route first. So we'll do a little bit more on the trainer fight stuff. We'll see how far down we can go. If we can go all the way down this route, then that'd be kind of great. But if not, well, that's fine too. I'm sure we'll handle it another way. So, let's see what these Pokemon are like. We have ourselves Lapras at the top here, which is a modest nature. That is actually really strong. Lapras can get quite a bunch of different attacks. Obviously it's a water ice type, so it gets Ice Beam. I mean, I don't remember when it learns it, but I think it learns it somewhat late, but it can get that. It actually gets a ton of different other options, like Psychic and Thunderbolt, and for some reason Solar Beam if you ever wanted to use that. And it's got Water Absorb, which is probably the better ability of the two. Water Absorb and Shell Armor are the two regular abilities for Lapras. Hydration is the hidden ability in Gen 5. But, and Gen 6, obviously. But yeah, this is a relatively strong looking Lapras here. The Lapras is one of those really well-rounded Pokemon. It's got a ton of HP, it's not got a lot of speed, but it's got very good everything else. You know, it can run physical or special. This time, of course, we're going to be running special. And yeah, the only disadvantage with it is it's like Heracross and a few of the other ones. It's really high on the experience requirements. Quirky Nature is not terrible here. Solar Power won't ever come up, I guess. That special attack IV looks really low though. Sunken's base stats are 30 and everything. It's the lowest base stat total Pokemon in the entire game. Entire franchise, even nowadays. So the fact of its special attack is really low compared to everything else kind of undermines its only actual use. So I reckon we are probably not going to use Sunken, but I might try and incorporate Lapras into the team. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know where I'd incorporate it in place of, because I kind of do like the idea of using Slowpoke, but I'm sure we could find a way, because, you know, there's a will, so there has to be a way. Yeah, but Lapras is incredibly tanky as well. It'd be very good for a run such as this. You know what, let's just use the bike for once. Why not? Yeah, with it having decent defenses and massive HP and acceptable enough attack power, it would be a very good Pokemon to run a Nuzlocke with. Yeah, that's not exactly something you can call, because, yeah, rich boy Anne with a Staravia that's going to be weak to, yeah, okay. Level 30 though is pretty decent. You know, you can see this is kind of again the trough of the curve, but it's still pretty decent. Oh, if I miss this discharge, I'm just going to go with a Shockwave here, because screw Double Team. I don't miss it though, so no worries there. The one major weakness of the Staraptor line is that the special defense is absolutely awful. I think Staraptor's base special defense is around about the 50 mark, somewhere there. It might be slightly higher than that, but it's not much better. It is extremely poor in terms of special tanking. Physical tanking is not super amazing, but it's better, especially because of Intimidate. Whoa, you've got 6 Pokemon. Seriously? That is excessive, good sir. I will have to remove you from these 6 level 21 Pokemon here. Yeah, that is kind of uncool, but that is what we have to deal with, so that is what we shall deal with. Shockwave is technically the slower animation, I think, here. Like, I think Discharge was a little bit quicker, but it's also, you know, it doesn't have as much PP, so I don't feel like I'm going to need to use Discharge on any of these lower special defense Pokemon. Might need to use it if something like Grimer comes in, but even then, I don't know. They're only level 21, I'm 10 levels higher, and I really should be using somebody else by now, I'm reckoning, but I have this Pokemon with the Amulet coin, and that is what really matters to me at the moment. Because doubled money is good, it means I can buy more Pokeballs and hopefully not fail my captures. Because the thing with a random Nuzlocke, especially compared to a regular one, is that you're often going to have to go for Pokemon that have low catch rates. Stuff like Lapras, like that Lunatone double from before. There's even that really unfortunate chance. Wow, Politoed, really? There's even that really unfortunate chance that you might come across a Beldum that you have to go for, and that thing has a catch rate of 3. So good luck with that. But yeah, it's more likely that you're going to come across very hard to catch Pokemon in this, and as a result, you kind of need to have a decent stock of Pokeballs around. Wow, Dusclops as well. Jeez, this is this guy had some pretty high evolution state Pokemon then for, you know, this area of the game. I think I would have needed to use the Discharge there because Shockwave is only 60 base power. Dusclops has 130 in both defenses, I think, so it might well have survived that despite its terrible HP. So yeah. And then Dunsparce. I was actually talking to Aaron about, Felix about Dunsparce a couple of weeks ago. It was pretty cool. He kind of wanted to use it with Tailwind or something, I think, but Glare is a lot better. Especially nowadays, Glare is 100% accurate. For the, like, flinching Serene Grey stuff, it'd be kind of cool. Glare is not 100% accurate in this game though, so that's why it kind of didn't hit me. I don't know if Discharge would have killed it. It probably would have, so should have gone for the Discharge, but I thought I could get away with Shockwave. My bad. Whatever. We did get 2 levels for Rotom in this fight though. One other really good thing about Rotom actually is that unlike Lapras, where it takes a ton of experience to level up, Rotom actually takes very little. It takes the same experience as a Clefable and Togekiss and stuff like that to raise, which is 800,000 to reach level 100. The nice thing about Pokemon in that range, unlike the 600,000 ones, is that they do not take a lot of experience to level up any time of the game. Whereas the 600,000 ones like Milotic, like I think Armaldo was in there, and a lot of other Gen 3 ones that way. Wow, that didn't kill it. Yeah, those sorts of Pokemon, they tend to take an absolute age of time to level at the start, and then they take very little time to level later. So they're really good at late game, but early game they're even worse than the 1.25 million experience Pokemon to raise. So yeah, not so fun. But these guys that only take 800,000, they are really easy to raise. Mismagius is actually another one that only takes that, which is really cool. So yeah, Mismagius is one of my favourite ghost types as well, actually. Which I'd love to get Misdreavus in this run, but I'm not expected to get it, so... Sudowoodo! Oh man, it's a tree, except it's not. Yeah, I don't know. This part's getting kind of silly at this point, but hey, that's just how it goes. Discharge obviously going to be enough to take it out, because Sudowoodo's special defense is not very good, its physical defense is where it's at. And you can see we are going to get Driver up fairly quickly. It does get Shockwave fairly early on, which is another reason not to teach it Thunderbolts at the moment. I think it gets Discharge relatively late on in comparison. It's like in the 40s or something, but still, that's not too terrible. Is there an item up here? Actually, I think no, there's not. Okay, so this is just a random dead end for no reason then? That doesn't seem quite right. No, there is an item. It's I was wondering there because that just did not seem right. Yeah, that's pretty much that. So let's go ahead. I think there should be an item over in here as well. So we'll grab that real quick and bollocks. Damn it. Oh, welcome to the other nasty part of doing a randomizer. Well, I don't know if I kill this thing in one discharge. I think I do, but we'll see. Here's hoping, because if I don't, it kind of kills me. This would be one reason to actually have... oh god, not even close, but it used counter, so lucky me. This would definitely be one reason to have moves like Thunder. Thunder would have killed it in one shot there, even though the accuracy's poor, because it's 120 base power this game. It was nerfed, like a lot of special attacks were nerfed in Gen 6, but 120 base power this game, 50% stronger than Discharge, so we would have definitely been able to make good use of it there. And that would be nice, but that is not a move I am running just now. You know what? I guess we will just fight you. Why not? I was gonna skip it because I thought I could get to the item a bit easier or a bit quicker than I can. But whatever. We'll just do the fight, so I don't have to come back up here. We got Bulbasaur, and Bulbasaur at this point still has Sleep Powder, which is kind of annoying. But whatever. I'm pretty sure it has Sleep Powder still anyway. Return to hit kills, but it's gonna go ahead and stat boost instead. Sometimes the AI just does the stat boosting moves, sometimes it does the status moves and then the stat boosting, which is the smarter thing to do. But this time they were just like, yo, I have a stat boosting attack and that's what I'm going to use. Kecleon! You ain't no Kecleon of mine. Kecleon's actually a really good special defense, and it has Shadow Sneak as a level up move, which is kind of fun. Kecleon in Gen 4 only has access to Color Change, and Color Change is actually really annoying to deal with here, because basically it changes the owner's type to whatever type of move was used last on it. So because I used an electric move there, Kecleon is now an electric type, so I had to use Return because my electric moves are resisted. Nowadays in Gen 5 and 6, actually I don't know if it was in Gen 5, I don't know if that Dream Mode ability was released, but its hidden ability is Protean, which would probably have not been released in that gen. So yeah, Protean is a Gen 6 ability, derp. But it's a really fun ability that kind of got Greninja banned in the end in Smogon Singles. It changes your type to whatever move you are about to use, which is really good. You know, like Shadow Sneak would then make it become a ghost type. Rhyperior! This is where I would love to have Focus Blast, but freaking Rhyperior? That's a very strong Pokemon. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I can handle it with Slow Sis over here, and Water Pulse is pretty good. I don't actually know what ability this Rhyperior has, whether it has Lightning Rod or Solid Rock. Apparently I'm faster than it though, I don't know how that works, but okay. This should two-shot? No, it will one-shot. So it probably has Lightning Rod instead of Solid Rock. Solid Rock is a really cool ability that basically cuts your weaknesses down to by 1/4. Magnezone! What the hell is this guy? What? These are all like ultra high evolution states. What the hell? Now I'm kind of wishing I did have Focus Blast on Shauna right now, because that would be very useful here. Magnezone is a really annoying Pokemon to deal with for a lot of my team, but thankfully I did teach Fire Blast to Nidoqueen, so I can handle it with that. Magnezone's electric and steel typing resists so many different things. It's 4 times weak to ground, which is a problem for it, because it doesn't have levitate. It's weak to fighting, and it's weak to fire, and that is basically it. It's resistant to almost all of the other elements, actually. I say elements as in, you know, because of Golden Sun stuff again. It's resistant to most of the other types in the game. It's weak to... we've already said what it's weak to. Weavile as well. Jesus Christ, what is this trainer? Who do I want to take? I guess Bugsy can take on Weavile. It's neutral towards water, and that's one of the only types I can think of right now that it's neutral to in this game. Because Steel is normally neutral to Electric, but of course Electric resists itself, so there is that. Feint Attack is resisted again, so I'm fine. Although you can see that hurts even though it's resisted, so... yeah, I guess it was a crit the first time. But, Yeah, electric resists itself, so it's not neutral towards that. This is Gen 4, not Gen 6, so Ghost and Dark are actually resisted by Steel at this stage. And yeah, I actually can't think of any other type that it's not either weak or resistant to off the top of my head. I'm sure there is one, but I can't think of it, which is, like, that's an ultra good defensive typing for anyone, really. The item was at the top here, so we shall grab that. It is a big root, which would have been good if I still had Mega Drain on Grotle, because I couldn't even think for a second. Now, it would be good if I still had Mega Drain, because there's an item in there, isn't there, and I didn't get it. Damn it! Oh, well, I'll have to do this fight anyway. Yeah, it would be good if Mega Drain was there, because basically it increases the amount of HP that you heal back from draining attacks. It does not increase the power of the draining attacks, though. It just increases how much you heal from them. So, bit of a disconnect there, a bit of a difference that you need to take into account. But it's still pretty good. You know, that's a solid ability to have around. Yeah, so not really anything to say about level 27 Delibird, especially not compared to the previous fight we did. Jeez, Rhyperior, Weavile, and Magnezone, that's like an endgame team right there. That's, like, surprising to see from here. I don't remember what any of these trainers had as their Pokemon, so it will surprise me a little bit to see stuff like that. There's another fight that I could do there. I really don't want to do all the fights at the moment. I kind of want to, you know, come back up here at some point, I guess, but this video is kind of getting to be a little on the long side at this stage, so... Plus, I have other recording stuff I want to do, so... Wait, there isn't an item here? Are you serious? No, there is, it's just in the corner. Alright, the Razorfang. If I did want to use Gligar, then I could use that, and... Idiot. Yeah, I could actually use Gligar with that at nighttime, level it at once, and it would evolve. So that's pretty cool. And that's how we would get Gliscor, but the Gligar's ability was... I mean, not the ability, the nature was not super great. It was lax, if I remember rightly, so... You know what? Discharge on the brain. Static should be able to trigger from Tickle. Because Tickle should clearly be a freaking contact move. I know it's a status and not an attack, but Tickle is definitely something you have to make contact for. That should really be a contact like attack to trigger stuff like that and Flame Body. Oh my god, come on, one step. This game sometimes. Gen 4 as a whole seemed to... I mean, I don't know, like... I say that Gen 4 was really high on the encounter rate, but to be honest, if I remember, you know, from what I remember of Gen 5 was super high on the encounter rate too, so, oh, don't tell me I'm gonna have to kill this thing. Let me run away. Nope, there's the arena trap. Okay, at least it's only Diglett and not Dugtrio, because I can just return and kill that. Wait, Diglett? I thought you had to inherit Sucker Punch. I guess I completely misremembered that. Whatever, this is why I do not have only electric attacks on Shawnee here. One thing I could probably buy is Pokédolls, or whatever the equivalent is in this game. I don't remember what they were called, but I think I could buy those at this stage. Really? Oh my goodness. Oh hey, a mirror match. Yeah, I don't remember what the equivalent was called, but I'm sure I could probably buy them at this point, and it would be a good idea, I think, to keep a couple around, because that Wobbuffet could have killed me earlier, and then, of course, the Diglett just now, if that was Dugtrio, that probably could have done a lot of damage to me. So I should keep them around. Poketoys might be something that they call this. I honestly forget what they're called, but it would be a good idea to keep hold of them. And there's the disadvantage of that. I kind of wanted to see if I could just get the kill, but, you know, with Fire Blast, but oh well. I don't even know why I'm keeping this stuff in. This is the sort of thing I can definitely cut out, and you know. But really, I'm ending this part as soon as we see what the next route is. Anyway, if we can actually access the next area, so that doesn't matter too much, I suppose, because we're basically at the end of the part anyway. I could have just ran from that too, but the experience from Stage 2 Pokemon is really, really good. Really? There's another item there as well. Come on. Okay, so at least we could catch a Pokemon at the lakefront. I don't know if we can go any further down, but if we can't, then we shall find that out next time. For now, we are just going to grab this item, and as we do grab the red shard, okay, that's not the worst item ever, as we do grab it, we shall say adieu to this part. So, this has been GamerCow playing Pokemon Platinum Random Nuzlocke. Next time, we'll see what is down at the Valor lakefront, if we can do anything there, and if not, we shall back up and go round towards the Pokemon Mansion. Till then, take care.